So, Jorge, there is just one winter test remaining, and then we'll start playing harder. Are you satisfied with Yamaha's engineering job?
Yeah, the engineers in Japan, they made a great job, especially with the new chassis. Now we got a chassis that in the corners is more easy to pick up the bike, so you gain some speed. Now the main goal for us is to improve the engine. That is our target to become even faster.
What is your M1 still missing today to become the perfect bike?
The engine is probably the weakest point we have now. So little by little we are trying new things to improve and to increase this acceleration in the seat of the corners. That probably is the point we lose a little bit comparing to our competitors. But not so much comparing to 2011, for example, we are much better.
More so than the past, the coming season appears to be pretty tough. What's your opinion about your major rivals, Valentino, Pedrosa, and Marquez, after the pre-season tests?
Well, they all are really strong riders with a lot of experience, a lot of world titles altogether. Especially Valentino have 9 world titles and more than 100 victories. So he's really strong, very complete. So on the race, he can change his strategy so quickly. Pedrosa is extremely fast. Not only for one lap, but also he got a lot of constant pace during a race. And then Marquez comes from Moto2 with a lot of energy. He's really aggressive, and he has, I think, everything for being a top rider also in MotoGP from the beginning.
Last year, your worst result was a second place. Was that the secret for achieving the title?
Yeah, I think to be world champion, you must be constant. It's impossible to crash so many times and finally being champion. It's very, very difficult. So one of the keys to being world champion is to finish almost every race if it's possible. Last year we finished every race on the podium, apart from Assen that I crashed, and also last race in Valencia when already I was champion. So yeah, it was one thing I have to solve. In my first years in MotoGP, I wasn't a constant rider, but finally, after so many crashes, so many injuries, I understood that to be world champion, I needed to achieve these constant results I have now.
How different is Jorge Lorenzo, the reigning world champion today, compared to the rider and person you were at the end of the 2010 season?
Well, just past 2 years, so not much time has passed. So a person in 2 years doesn't change so much, but I try always to improve myself as a person and as a rider. And as a rider, in 2010 I made a almost perfect season, achieving the record of points. But I have some benefits in my bike that give me advantage comparing to my rivals. That, for example, last year I didn't have, or I have much less. So for me, last year was more difficult than 2010, and I have the calm mind to keep being strong when the situation were really difficult. No?
The first time you won the World Championship in 2010, you switched to the number 1 on the bike. Why haven't you this year?
The first year I became MotoGP World Champion, I wanted to use the number 1. I was really excited to use it because it was the first time I could use in a MotoGP bike. But it doesn't give me very good luck, even if I finish second. That is a very good position. I didn't win. So with the 99, I got 2 world titles, so also is my number. The fans know me much better with this number, so I decided to use it this year again.
If you win the 2013 championship, you will equal Wayne Rainey's score with 3 world titles. Is this a stimulus for you?
Yes, of course. Wayne Rainey is one of the legends of MotoGP, and to equal his number of world titles for me would be a great honor, but before we have to do it. Also, Wayne is a friend of mine, so for sure to become 3-time world title will be amazing. Will be like a dream, no? Much more than I ever expected.
Does Valentino's arrival worry you or motivate you? How is your relationship with him now?
I think it's better than 3 years ago. Now we are a little bit older, so more mature. Mainly in my case, because when I came into MotoGP, I was only 20. So we don't need to be, like friends, because the motorcycle is not like soccer or basketball. But anyway, if the relationship is good, it's much better for both and for the team. So we are going to try to stay calm and to push together in the same direction.
What do you think Valentino's arrival will bring to the team and to the bike?
I think so much experienced rider like him, with this special feeling he has to feel everything when he got into the track, will help us to the engineers in Yamaha and also to me to understand if the feeling I have when I try something new on the bike is also the feeling he has. No, it's very important, because if one rider feels one thing and another rider feels a completely different feeling, it's difficult to improve the bike. No, and for sure in the last test of Japan we had very similar feelings in the new pieces, so this will bring us power to improve the future bike.
Casey Stoner left and Marc Marquez has arrived. Who's going to be the strongest rival for you this year?
It's difficult to predict one major rival for next year. Probably they will be faster than me, so they will be major rivals for me. These 3 or more riders. I don't know what is going to happen. I think we all 4 are the favorites. Danny, myself, Valentino, Marquez. We are the favorites, but some surprise can happen by the beginning of the year to the end. So we never know. So it's important to make a good job during the preseason, to be as maximum as possible prepared to start in the best way possible.
Besides Valentino, but considering Marquez, it's going to be a Spanish affair this year. How important is it for you to be the first Spanish rider at the end of the season?
Yeah, I think for every rider, you always have some little competition between the riders who have the same nationality than you. It's like another league in the same championship. And of course, to have so many Spanish riders with a strong potential like we have now is really difficult for everyone who is Spanish to become the first one. And for sure, to have Danny, to have Marc, to have Álvaro, they're so fast, is difficult for me to finish in front of them.
Did the renewal with Yamaha for 2 more years give you an extra motivation to win the championship last year?
Yeah, more than motivation, I think to sign the contract for next 2 years gave me. I've been more quiet, no, to focus in the championship and don't think too much about the conditions of the new contract and these kind of things.
You signed with a new personal sponsor, Monster Energy Corporation, who has also been introduced as an official sponsor of Yamaha Factory Racing. Are you happy with the new agreement?
Yeah, I'm really happy to sign a personal agreement with Monster and to be part of the Monster family. Also, I'm really happy that Yamaha get this agreement too. So I think I hope that together we can give them a lot of special moments.
Recently, we read in the press that you're considering retirement. Is it true? Is your career going to be as short as Casey's or as long as Capirossi's?
I don't know why this is on the press, but my objective, my goal is to keep enjoying MotoGP as long as possible. Now last year I signed 2 more years to be with Yamaha. I would like to spend much more years with them. So hopefully, if the injuries respect me, I would like to stay so many years in MotoGP.